to shout until he told them to. We're gonna finish off Jericho tonight. And then I think I'm gonna take a break from these for a while and do some, well, I've got some art stuff to finish up for Christmas, just a few on those ornaments. And I'd like to maybe paint a couple more flowers. I'm thinking about possibly putting together a collage of those flowers in a poster type thing. I have to figure out how to do it first. I'm going to paint them out here a ways because I want to be able to recognize these guys. I think there's 7 priests. I'm going to put 1 or 2 around this corner. The first hopefully this will make more sense after that. Okay, the first day they circled the Jericho with their ram's horns, playing their ram's horns, and with the Ark of the Covenant. Then they went around once, and then they went home, or went back to their camp, and they slept. The next day they did the same thing. And for 6 days they did that. On the 7th day, Joshua told them not to shout until he told them to. 2, 3, 4. The reason for that, well, it was it was the way they were going to do this battle. It was part of what was going to bring down those walls. So for those 6 days, I'm starting to make these look like bugs. That isn't what I want. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 7th day, they were told by Joshua not to shout until he told them to. On the 7th day, they went around 7 times. So there was the first 7. I'm going to make the priest carrying this is going to be the priest carrying the ark. What I hope you're getting from this is the importance of the story. Okay. Just make some heads for these guys. So, well, their hoods or whatever. Okay. That guy's got a big head. I'm sorry. I hope you've got a good imagination, because I'll slow down a little. Maybe that'll help. I'm always being told to slow down. I'll have better luck. They got some very big rams. These horns are as big as they are. Well, we'll have to use our imaginations. Okay. Okay, I got too busy with trying to make this look like the Ark of the Covenant that I forgot to tell you I was even trying to paint the Ark of the Covenant, because that's what the priests in red are carrying. And so that's why I think I mentioned the golden poles, but I was trying to make something that looked like bronze for the box, but and then the top part is gold. Okay. All right. That looks a bit of a mess, but I hope you can imagine that this is the ark here. These guys are standing in front of it, so that's why you see the two ends. But these up here, this is the gold for those top ornaments. I pray God he'll forgive my lousy art. He does. He does. Okay. So, some more of this story. They circle on the 7th day. They circle this 7 times. All the way around. There we go. And on the 7th time, Joshua says, shout. So they shouted. And what started happening is all these started falling. The blocks and whatever was the stones, anything holding Jericho together was falling down. And the whole entire city fell. I don't want to have any coming down on their heads. But just imagine, all of this fell. It crumbles. And then they go in, they are instructed, because this is, God had instructed them on this as well, but they were instructed to go in and they were to slay everybody except Rahab, the prostitute, who took in the spies and hid them. They were to save her and her family, everybody in her house with her. And so they did that, and they put her outside the city and gave her, a place to camp or whatever while they did this. They were told not to take anything that was devoted to whatever pagan gods they had. That was all to be destroyed. And the gold and silver, those were all supposed to go into the treasury for the Israelites. And nobody was to keep any of those scraps or whatever. One man did, or one man and his family, they did. They were caught. And they were stoned and then burned. That seems very But the message had to be strong. You do not disobey God. Now, we know over the years the Israelites disobeyed God numerous times. And he always healed them when they came back. And he never left them. I mean, if he had, he wouldn't know how bad they were being. But all evidence of their pagan religions had to be completely destroyed, because there's still that tendency to want to go for that idol, because it's something you can hold on to. It's something that you can actually touch, but there's no actual power from it. I'll finish this later. Oh, I am almost to run out of battery. Okay. We have grace. They had grace then, too. There was grace for Rahab and her family that was all in her house. And she was a prostitute. And I think maybe possibly she also had boarding rooms where people could stay. But God often used, frequently, Jesus used the most. We're all sinners. We are all sinners. And in God's eyes, no one sin is worse than another. But in man's eyes, we have our own. And some of that is important. But she helped. And she had faith. So she was saved. And so now there is a little part of Israel that has been freed. So everything has been completely destroyed when it comes to Jericho, except what they took and put in their treasury that they were commanded to do. So, that is the story of Jericho. It is flat on the ground. Oh, there's another thing they were told. Not to take nobody was to try to take any of those stones and stack them up to try to rebuild that wall. They were to just leave it on the ground. They were just lay. And so they did. And that was that. Okie doke. I'll finish this little painting later. I'm going to probably try doing some more with our ornaments. And I might try my hand at maybe another couple of those flowers. Or I may just make some cards. We could have some fun making cards. So I will see you tomorrow. I love you. Good night.